I need you to look at me because I am here and I probably shouldn't be. I know I am not the only one that felt like I've been doing everything right, pouring into others, keeping the faith, but the enemy keeps hitting my life. It's unexplainable chaos. And I know that you're here right now because you have been experiencing some chaos from all directions, north, south, east, west, up, down, left, right. I have survived things, real things, mental, emotional things that should have at the very least caused me to be sour. The enemy has came after my paycheck. I thought things like garnishments were for like people who didn't pay child support. I've been working at my job 13 years in education. And these things have just been hitting me back to back to back to back. 3 years ago to this day, I lost almost everything that I had and had to start over. And over the last couple of weeks, things have just been coming left and right, back and forth. My son's car got towed. I have 2 kids in college. My daughter needs a vehicle. My wages have been garnished. It may not sound like a lot to a lot of people, but almost $600 at every paycheck. So $1,200 a month, causing major damage, especially in this economy. And as a school teacher, already I don't get paid much of anything. And this is not to put anyone in my business, but I want to be vulnerable and upfront. Because if I can survive what I'm going through, so can you. My employer told me a day before payday that my wages were going to be garnished $592. And I'm rolling into the 3rd month now. And it was for a loan that I totally forgot about. Because as a teacher, before we didn't get paid over the summer. There's a whole backstory. But I needed a loan to pay the bills for the summer. Now they have changed that method, but I totally forgot because, like I said, things have been happening back to back to back. And the enemy thought, surely this time, surely she'll break. Surely she'll stop. Surely she'll give up on God. But I'm still here. I'm still standing. And I need to talk to you, the eyes and ears that I have in this very moment. Because you didn't catch this video by accident. God placed this in front of you because you're fighting for your life right now, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And I'm here to fight with you. Proverbs 19:21 says, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." And we will prevail, my dear friend. Here's what the enemy does. See, he doesn't always come loud and dramatic. Most times, he comes quietly. First, he attacks your peace. That's why we always have to keep on our helmet of salvation. Then he attacks your confidence. Then it trickles down to your relationships. Not always romantic, platonic relationships. Your kids, your family. And before you know it, he's after the thing that he wanted the whole time. Your heart posture towards God. That's all he wants. That's all he wants. He wants to shift you just enough, so that worship feels forced. It doesn't feel natural. And some of you, you've been so wounded, and I get it, by people, by systems, by circumstances, that you've just started building a case against God unintentionally. And it's like you don't know which way to turn. I'm saying this because I know this. I've been there a few times. But please hear me. Do not turn backwards. You will fall into the hands of the enemy. That's exactly what the enemy wants. Anything that is put in front of us is to build us up. If you have children, it's hard to discipline your children because you love your children, right? But if you don't discipline them, you're not really serving them. You're not really preparing them from the real world. You're coddling them. You're coddling them to be torn down because of the expectations that they will have to face in the real world. So that's the same thing with our Father. It's true when they say that he gives the hardest battles to his toughest soldiers. The enemy will not waste his strongest warfare on lightweight. If you're here, you're a heavyweight in the spirit. And you have to keep that mentality and remind yourself that when the circumstances come that make you want to give up and turn around, that's when you have to reach for the word. Call on your Father. He's building you up. It's only so much that he can allow the enemy to do. But I want to be transparent with you, okay? Because the things that I've spoke of, I'm not speaking in theory. No. I am speaking from a place of survival. Right now, in this moment, today, in this second, I am in survival mode. I told you that they have been garnishing my wages. Everything that I've lost. And it's not just about the material things, but when you work hard for something and you lose something and you know that you've done the best that you could, it's almost like, how could you? You look at God that way. It's like, you know my heart. You see my intentions. Well, what's happening? Why is this happening? And you remember that nothing is happening to you to hurt you. It's all for your good. I'm almost in that same situation again that I found myself in 3 years ago. It's almost like I'm going backwards, but I know that because I have been upright, doing the right thing, I know that there has to be something major on the other end of this. There's no other reason that I can think of why things are happening. By the way, I have no support system. I have no family rallying around me, no friends to call up, showing up at my door. I had all those things in abundance. But once the Father starts to open your spiritual eyes, there are certain things that you cannot tolerate, surface level things. And I am trying. It's almost like some of those things almost make you go backwards. So you have to put yourself first. I come from a place of being a people pleaser. Not because I am weak, but I honestly thought people thought like me. I thought people's heart posture were the same as mine's. But oh boy, did I find out. In the middle of everything that I have went through and I am going through right now, as I said, let me back up. I am going through the things right now. I had an eviction letter on my door yesterday. Remember, my wages are being garnished. I am going through, this is just one of the things that I'm going through right now. But my Father in heaven will give you a peace that surpasses all understanding. Right here, today. I'm here doing this right now. Oh, I forgot. I had taken this one out to show you. I forgot. I was supposed to do this yesterday or the day before. I know that there's a gift in me. I know that I help people with my words. And I know that my Father has been on my neck about doing these things. And I kept waiting because the enemy is procrastination. Waiting till I get things right. Wait until I feel more settled. Wait until the summer because I'm a teacher. And the enemy was going to just continue to throw things at me until I just totally lose control and not have the desire to do anything. So when I came home and this was on my door, and this specifically is not directly my fault, because I had mold in my unit. I was preparing to move in a new unit, so I didn't resign my lease. I wanted to resign my lease. I picked out a unit, and before I can get into that unit, that manager left. So that caused a extra charge on top of my charge month to month. But the last manager knew that I wasn't going to be paying month to month, and I was just waiting because they were remodeling the unit that I was supposed to be in. Well, this is months down the line. I'm still in the same unit with the mold. But still, just to know that there's a huge balance on your account every time you log in, and you don't know when the day that they might say, first, this is a court date right now. I am dealing with real life things in this moment. But on top of everything that's happening, I'm still up. I still showed up. And I've done that consistently throughout my life. In the midst of things that I'm going through, I still show up for people. I still pour out. Most people at my workplace have no idea. I get a lot of hate because they believe that my life is perfect. That's just what they think. I never act like that. I'm never above the law. I'm very humble into myself and stay in my own circle. And if you're watching this, you probably are too. But when you have a light, the enemy is going to use any vessel that it can to attack you. They have no idea the things that I'm going through. They could never survive. But I refuse to give the invisible enemy the victory of watching me collapse. I kept my faith when the numbers didn't add up. I kept moving when my legs were tired. I kept believing. I'm continuing to believe even when all the odds are stacked against me and telling me to give up. And everything that I'm saying about I'm speaking because I know that I'm speaking to a spirit, a vessel, a soul that is in nearly the same predicament that I am in a different space, in a different part of the world, in a different timeline. I know that you're pouring into others, even when your cup feels empty. I know that you are. And because I know my Father and who sees all and knows all, I refuse to give up on him because he never gave up on me. Our human minds experience things and it's detrimental to us, but it is nothing to our Father in heaven. And he will not put more on you than you can bear. So as long as you have breath in your body and a roof over your head and you and your children are being fed and y'all comfortable and can sleep at night, these are the basic things. He's meeting our basic needs. And it's not meant to be like that forever. He's preparing us. You have something in you that the world needs, that people need. You have a gift in you somewhere. And right now, the season that you're in, just like myself, we are being built up for that. And when you feel brokenhearted, you just have to go to the word. In Psalms 34:18, it says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." You have to cry out to your Father. When you cry, your Father listens. And sometimes it may hurt so bad that you can't even cry. I get it. All you can do is just sit and think in silence. Don't think too much. There's a difference between thinking and thoughts. A lot of thoughts to flow through because that is the Holy Spirit guiding you and directing you. But don't spend too much time on those thoughts because that's thinking. That's mental energy. That's you forcing things. That's you going into your past and worrying about your future. We need to be grounded here in the present. Remember that the hardest battles are not assigned to the weakest souls. They are assigned to the ones with the strong spirits. You, me, okay? The ones with the gift to shift atmospheres. The ones anointed to walk into rooms full of broken people and help them push through every limitation that wants to hold on to them. That's who the toughest battles are given to. That's who you are. Your warfare is not punishment. Your warfare is confirmation that you are chosen by him. You are chosen for a mission. He put something in you before you were born that can be used to help glorify and bring his sheep to him. Romans 8:28 says, "And we know that all things God works for the good of those who love him." I love him. "And those who have been called according to his purpose." And I know that you love him. And we have to keep this good fight. We have to keep going. Someone like you and I wouldn't even know what it feels like to be at ease and free. I'm in the arena of aligning my nervous system from the childhood trauma. Not working hard is something that is so foreign to me. I've always been the giver. I am a giver naturally. And people are just takers. Everything that I have worked for. I haven't had any handouts. I'm not complaining because I thank God that I had the strength and the will to do these things. But I just want you to know that God has not forgotten about you. He has not abandoned you. What you're walking through is not the end of your story. It is the making of it. Each trial and tribulation that you're going through, I promise you, it's for your highest and your best good. Just keep your faith when the numbers don't add up. Keep moving when your legs are tired. Keep crying out, okay? Because he hears every single word. Keep pouring because your overflow is coming. The invisible enemy does not get the victory. Not over your life, not over my life, and definitely not over our purpose. Everything is according to purpose. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." God has to abide by his word. His word. I thought I had my Bible. As long as we abide by his word, live from our heart, don't allow the enemy to cause us to retaliate for all the hard work and struggles that we've already been through. We're too far now to turn around and go backwards. I made a decision a long time ago that I refuse to be a victim of my circumstances. I refuse to let the pain have the final word in my life. I refuse to give up on my Father because he's never given up on me and he will never give up on you. And I'm using everything that I've went through. That is the gift. That is the assignment. That's why I'm still here, right now. Just know that we're fighting the same battle. And you are now part of my prayer circle. I pray from this day on to include all the eyes and ears that come before me in the video. I begin to pray and intercede for whatever battle that you're facing. And together, we refuse to quit. Until next time, I'm out.